Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and I actually commentated this video just a second ago and decided that I wanted to change the topic. I had previously talked about how important map control was, how headquarters is just like any other game mode, except that you need to, set up your perimeter in different spots as they pop up around the map. And then I thought, you know what? I don't think people want to hear that at the moment. I think people are interested in Modern Warfare 2 commentary that isn't about the game at the moment. So Halo's coming out and the Black Ops is coming out, and when that happens, this channel is going to refocus onto tips and gameplay advice. But as it is now, this game came out in November. It's kind of at the end of its life cycle, so I thought I'd talk about something else. And today's topic is how to be a YouTube star. So Only Use Me Blade has been talking about how you pretty much can't be a YouTube star by doing commentary anymore, and he quoted someone else who was actually standing there as a Halo character. Did a pretty good thing, saying you had to do something original. And I'm a little confused actually. I think that Halo's coming out and Black Ops is coming out, and this might be something that shakes up the scene, or it might just be something that makes the big bigger and makes the small smaller. So we'll wait and see how that is. But there'll definitely be more views to be had, I think, when the gaming season starts again, when it gets dark out earlier, and when the new games are in play and it's cold, then people will hit their video games once more. As right now, I think it's hard to get a lot of views, and that's the way it is. So how to be a YouTube star. One of the first pieces of advice I want to give you guys is partnerships. So, for example, Optic, I'm going to talk about them. Lots of respect, pure respect to those. I'll enjoy their videos. They do good stuff. But I will say that I think every member of Optic is bigger than they would have been if they ran solo. I think that because those guys are a clan, because those guys are a group that works together, they've all benefited from that partnership. If they were just individuals that did montages, people wouldn't follow them. They wouldn't be quite as big. Look at these idiots on the screen. They wouldn't be quite as big as they are now as a collection of people. Optic, in terms of the sniping community, is this stamp of approval that if you sub this guy, if you watch him, it's not going to be junk. There'll never be any junk on this, and that's what Optic is. That's what Huppet Gaming is meant to be. The Huppet Gaming, my other channel, I'll put a link in the description. We want to copy their success, I guess you could say. And that if you see a video on the Huppet Gaming channel, it's going to be good. Right? We're not going to post any junk up there. It's not necessarily the biggest people, but it should be, some of the best commentators on YouTube posting up their best work. So first, one of the things that makes you go is partnerships. And while I don't think he would readily admit it, Wings of Redemption is bigger because of my channel, and my channel is bigger because of Wings of Redemption. I think that he has 95,000 subs, and I have just under 80,000 subs. I think that both of us have had subs that discovered one another through each other. And that happens, and sometimes I work with guys who are smaller. Like Gold Glove only had, I think, less than 5,000 subs when I first met him. Onslaught and T-Mart were much smaller. And now all those channels and more have grown on their own right beyond, any kind of help that I gave them. But, but we're still in a network. If I wanted to do a dual com with any of those guys, then they would likely say yes. They would likely hook up with me and, remember that, I treated them well when they were small, and they'll treat me well when they're big. So foreign partnerships work together. Another thing, speak up. There are a lot of guys who don't speak up enough. They kind of mumble through their thing. They don't know what to say. Plan out what you want to say, and then say it. No uhs or likes. So everybody searches for things to say. It's a challenge, and it happens to me too. I know that sometimes I say and I don't want to. What you really want to do is replace that with silence. The best speakers out there, instead of saying or like or will just gather their thoughts in silence instead of using those filler words. So that's where you want to be. And look at me, I'm saying I have some self-conscious now. Another thing is don't hate. So there are channels out there that can be somewhat successful. I know there was one guy on the Huppet Gaming forums, the Huppet Gaming, you guys have heard me say the website before, and he said that if he were a YouTube commentator, he would be huge because he would just pick on other people and he would gather all this attention to himself, and that's how he would succeed. And I told him that I didn't think that would work. If you started your channel based on just hating other people, it limits you. So it can give you a temporary boost, but if you look at the YouTube world, in this, what I'll call the heroes and villains, look at them and stack them up. And where are the biggest channels? I think if you look at the biggest villains out there on YouTube, they're not nearly as big as like the Hutches and the CNanners, the biggest heroes. I think your top end is a lot better if you're on the side of the good. So I would say don't hate, and don't hate on the game either. If you're playing Modern Warfare 2 and you have people who are watching it, then it's probably not a good idea to sit there and say bad things about Modern Warfare 2. If I was talking about the Philadelphia Flyers, they're an NHL hockey team, if anybody doesn't know, and I said how much the Flyers suck, and I was talking to a Flyers like fan or a crowd of Flyers fans, I would know that that was a bad idea. But somehow in the YouTube community, people don't always know that. They sit there and they complain about things that we're all doing together, and I think that's a problem. I think hating on people and hating on games doesn't get you as far as looking at the positive and finding out how to be successful with what you have. So that's that. Some channels are almost designed on jealous rages. They just sit there and they find flaws in other people and work on it all the time. And I don't think that's a good strategy either. That you don't want to have a channel based on jealous rages. Eventually, the karma will come back. And look at this guy Saved by the Bell. You don't want to have karma will come back at you, and you won't like it. And you don't want to have a channel that's based on jealous rages. And the last thing I want to call out is the Huppet community channel. There are a couple guys on Huppet who are absolutely fantastic, and they put together a channel. I'm going to put a link in the description. So this isn't the main Huppet channel, but it's a community one that they put together themselves, and it's cool.